Hey, what's up guys? So I wanted to make a quick video on how to test a relay with a voltmeter or DVOM, multimeter, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to set your meter to the horseshoe or the ohms. So on a relay, typically they're 4-pin relays. Like I said in other videos, I'll show you on the diagram here. So this is the way a relay works. So you have 2 pins that are open. So think about this as a bridge. So pin 1 and 2 will have resistance together once the relay coil is energized. So pin 1 and 2. So let's look at pin 1 and 2 on the connector. So pin 1 and 2, like this. So these 2 pins here, so you would set your meter to resistance and then touch the 2 prongs together, and it should be an open circuit on a regular good known relay. This will have continuity or resistance together once these 2 pins are energized. So that being said, pin 2 and 5, these bottom ones here, this is your coil. So you need power on one side and then ground on the other to energize the coil inside of the relay, and then you'll have continuity to these 2. One of them will be sending power out to whatever component you're energizing. So to test the pin 3 and 5, to make sure that the relay is not an open circuit, you just touch these 2 here, and there you can see that our coil inside of the relay is measuring 118 ohms of resistance. So that is a good relay. There is no broken circuit inside of these 2 prongs. I'll show you what the coil looks like inside of the relay. Alright, so here's the inside of the relay. So this is the coil that I speak about in the videos. This needs to be energized. Once that coil gets energized, then this closes. This is the bridge that I'm showing you in the wiring diagrams. You see how once the coil gets energized, this gets pulled up because of the magnetic field that gets energized here. So if you look at these 2 pins, they're both the same color and they run up to the coil. So like I said, it takes a power and a ground to energize this coil. Once this coil is energized, it pulls up this relay, closes the relay, and then sending voltage to whatever pin is going to the component that you're trying to energize. So that's the way a relay works, and that's the way that they look inside. This is the actual relay. It's actually a mechanical moving component. Go ahead and put that back. And that was for looking at a starter relay. Pretty much they're all the same. You can look at this one. Same thing. 4-pin. So if you did have like a suspicion that a relay was bad, you could just move them over if they're the same part numbers. Just make sure that they are. And like I said, so your relay is always going to have 2 powers and then a ground. So that's for a starter. Let's look at let's look at the horn. I'm only trying to give you a different example because on the starter, the power and the ground comes from the engine control module. Alright, so here's the relay here. So you can see this pin gets power from the horn, 15 amp. And then this pin also ties in to this power. So you have your two powers on top. So you have your power for the coil, and then the ground comes from when you press the horn button on the steering wheel. That grounds the coil, which excites it and makes the bridge close to send power down. So that's a quick little video on how to test a relay and how they work and what they look like inside. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys follow. I'm also on YouTube, same username, Mr.Hyundai 714. So shoot a follow, and thank you guys for the support. Peace.